It's the top.
Wow, 1 o'clock and 8 seconds on a Wednesday. Victor's birthday. VC, yeah. Oh, look at the snow dropping now, huh? Yeah, let's go to the aerial shot and see that. Yeah, into the palace. Ah, look at Sean standing outside the window. Yeah. This is BrotherRA.com on the air. We're going to go from, okay, so you see those particular shots. Let's go to that shot there. And that is Sean. He's the associate director or something. That was him standing outside the window. This place here, CCTV. I saw Susan Fleshman, the executive director of CCTV, on my way in, and welcome to the staff. I'm going to have to sneak in on one of their staff meetings and get a picture of all the staff on a Tuesday night. I keep forgetting. Yeah, okay. Well, this is BrotherRA.com, and you can watch me on Facebook or YouTube, but you know, today's show, what I intend on doing is playing what is on my Facebook page, because I don't have to wait till Wednesday to do my show. I can do it laying in bed at Tai Chi. Oh my goodness, I got so much great footage. Let's jump right on in to Facebook and see what I'm showing here. Whoa, you talk about Nubian goddess, but still she got a white woman hairdo. But, so, let's move on up the page to, oh yeah, this was a rather interesting thing. They want to dig into the earth. You know, now imagine think about yourself, and you allow your chi to penetrate to the core of the earth and out the other side. You become one with the earth. You with your melanin dominance, and you allow your chi, your inner energy, to resonate with that earth in this galaxy. Okay? So they're going to use some scientific drilling to drill down into the core of the earth. No, we've already jacked up Mother Nature and Earth so far already. We don't need to dig down to understand. No, that's mutant science. We don't need to go there. We'll leave that alone. What is that? I'll let you ponder that. And there's some things on here I won't even acknowledge. Oh, the leaning tree. Cousin Ricky says, don't park under it. But I pointed this out to deal with how that tree is so deeply rooted in the ground that it can lean over like that. Now, that tree grew from a seed. And from that seed, it became that tree. And dealing with whatever it had to deal with, it still grew, even though it's leaned all the way over like that. And it's still rooted and grounded. And I'm focused on, hey, can we get rooted and grounded into ourselves, into our chi, into our consciousness, into our energy as who we are? That's a pleasant day, as opposed to this particular day here. Yeah, this is currently right now at 1:04 and 25 seconds. It's snowing today on February 7th. But here, let's get back to the issues at hand. Happy birthday, VC. And I didn't even tune in to Brother RA. Hey, look, Leonard Jeffries and I became friends on Facebook way back when. Yeah, thank you, Facebook, for remembering the nonsense or detailing Brother RA's life. I appreciate that. Oh, yep, That's Brother Clyde showing me how to put myself on Facebook. Yeah, and so bam, I went home. Here, let's just take a quickie listen to what I was discussing. Now look at that. That's 138 minutes. I mean, an hour and 38 minutes with 123 views. I think I get more on Facebook. I'm like, what? Is that my conversation so intense and so deep that they don't allow it in this? I have to be unsurpassably justice in my next statement. We won't listen to all because, you know, hour and 37 minutes. 2018, I do believe I wish to make my intent a little softer, a little gentler, you know, so, yeah, Brother R.A.'s been hard and harsh and, you know, against... Well, I'll use those old terms, but we're going to change those terms now, okay? So, I do feel there are only two races. There's the melanin dominant with the liquid fluid pineal gland, those of us of this skin complexion. And or darker. The other race is our children. Yeah, being caught down in Antarctica, and so on and so forth. Cold, dark, overcast. Okay, we've heard that story several times. Yeah, we inbred. Okay, that's the whole point. And I have 1,858 friends on Facebook. How many of them will get to see? And at that point, I had 80 views on that particular show. And as you saw, it went up to 123 views. So I'm getting out there. Oh, let me share this. I definitely want to share this on even a bigger screen. Let's see if we can put that at the beginning. Tight. Hold on. And widen that shot. Bring up the audio. And hit play. What's wrong with my internet? How about if I hit it again? That's Master Heath Robinson, 75-year-old black man. Oh, I guess it won't play in the expanded screen, so let's see if we can shrink the screen back down. And oh, caca. Okay, here we go. Let's try it one more time. This is Brother R.A. with Master Heath Robinson over here at the Roxbury Tai Chi Academy. Heath, what are we getting ready to do? Tai Chi. And how would you describe Tai Chi? Chinese martial arts. Is that meditation and movement? No, that's Chinese martial arts. Chinese martial arts. So what is your focus of your mind during this event? Depends on how much you're paying. Depends on how much I'm paying, he said. Okay. Yeah, paying shop. He's short of words right now, but yes, as I've been practicing Tai Chi with this man who's 75 years old I've been practicing with him for 20 years, and we're at the Roxbury Tai Chi Academy here in Roxbury, Massachusetts. And thank you for tuning in to this segment Brother, oh, I figured out how to use Facebook. We're in trouble now. I can Facebook all y'all. Oh my goodness. Yes, the intent for me during the dance is to be as calm as the green trees. Breathe and relax. Take relaxation to a higher level. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna go do my 20-minute dance of 108 different postures right here. Well, y'all won't get to see too many folks in the class that want to be in the camera, but I will just put this out here for Facebook, and I'll come to you when I get done with the 20-minute dance. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace. Let's go back, and there's another segment where, here we go. This is the piece I wish to put out here too. Let's put that on pause, and let's bring up the audio, and we'll just keep it at that screen. That's the double-edged sword. I think I say that too. Look at the yin-yang symbol. 75-year-old black man, look at that. He's still agile, look at that. Don't you wish you could move like that? That's my teacher, Master Keith Robinson. The Roxbury Tai Chi Academy. See the yin-yang symbols? Balance. We've discussed that in the prior culinary shows. That's one of the double-edged swords dance.
Just keep it away from me. All right?
I'm gonna end there. Peace. OMG. What a life I live. What a world we live in. Wow. Being melanin dominant in a cyber world. And just being Brother RA, brotherra.com, be on the air tomorrow, 1 in the afternoon. But this evening, me and the path that I'm on, the life that I'm living, the experiences that I'm having, it's just like, what the fuck? Oh my goodness. Okay, so last night, was it last night or the day before? Whenever it was, you can check on Facebook. This is a good way for Brother RA to archive all the information that's going through my brain. You know, just reading and researching, and yeah, it gets rather exasperating at times, but okay, so the last video I did was dealing with 0 days, and lo and behold, and actually showed a little portion of damn, I can't remember. It was dealing with money and the conspiracy of how the banks, like the banks in Greenland or Iceland or
Inside Man was the name of that.
Places, and they conglomerated a conspiracy, if you will, come together and make out fake loans and so on and so forth. That was in the Money movie. And then tonight I'm watching, lo and behold, and talks about the very first email message being sent out from Los Angeles, the university over there. The details don't matter. The overall picture is what matters. Is now I, Brother R.A., a melanin dominant black man living in the world of 2018, a thinking black man tapping into my universality, tapping into the essence. I won't say truth, because I know, oh no. Okay, so let's water it down, or still have some substance to the word to the point that I'm trying to convey, because yes, I'm speaking the colonizer's language.
All this is substance.
You know, this English language, King James, and speaking English, and, you know, in comparison to the meta-netta. You know, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Some would say the hieroglyphics, but the books that I've read call it the meta-netta. So, when you draw a drawing, what are the denotative levels, the connotative levels, the abstract levels? But
the substance.
Just, I'm trying to convey a point. The overall picture, Los Angeles sent out an email, and now we're worried about cyber wars or having computers think for themselves and then people no longer be necessary, or, I mean, just some of the gobbledygook that is like out there. And all I'm trying to do is say, hey, yo, as a melanin dominant black man, Father Nature, you know, yes, black people had to inbreed to create, you know, doesn't it make sense if the Earth's axis was straight up and down, there was nothing but melanin dominant people on the face of the planet Earth? And then Mars and Venus, somebody said, oh, all right, you can't prove that. Show me some NASA evidence. I'm like, look, you can either read Immanuel Velikovsky's book, Worlds in Collision, know that Mars and Venus almost collided with Earth and tilted it. NASA somewhere has records. I know I've seen that somewhere, that Earth's axis is tilted 32 degrees.
Or
so because of that 32-degree tilt, now black people are caught in Antarctica and North Pole, and brothers are gonna have sex, and if they're related, so the child comes out of mutation. This is all known fact, right? Are there folks out there gonna argue with me about white folks are not the children of black people? I'll leave you alone. Either you can agree that your parents inbred and the child came out a mutation. When the child doesn't look like the parent, it's a mutant. It's a mutation, it's a variation. And that variation came out as an albino child. Now, these albino children have, what did we just have, the Super Balls? Yeah, who's got the bigger balls? Was it the Philadelphia Eagles or the New England Patriots? Who's got the bigger balls? Nonsense, but
it's a game.
Focus on Kraft and the other owner, but then the subliminal consciousness, you know, using First Call to advertise Verizon, using people's misery. Oh, I'm so glad someone made the call and saved my life. I'm just so thankful. And Verizon piggyback. And then, what's this thing now? Everyone's, oh, make a contribution. Even before I got on this damn thing, as I'm going to hit the active 321 on Facebook, it says, you can make a contribution. Would you like to contribute? Like, I'm so poor I can't pay a motherfucking attention. And you're gonna ask me, do I want to contribute? What kind of shit is that? I mean, beat down the lowly. I'm talking about cyber world, media manipulation, how to construct a message. Going, yes, we as the melanin dominant, we created the first form of media to communicate 7 to 10 generations down the line. We understood, hey, we want to build a pyramid, we want to convey a message to future generations. It's still there. Most folks haven't figured out how to understand.
Interpret.
Wait a minute. Israel, what's their flag? Isn't that a right side up pyramid and an upside down pyramid? That triangle figure. Stolen African art. But, point of the matter, cyber world, melanin dominant, I'm living in my inbred mutant child's world where they're dominant, they have the calcified pineal gland and they're aggressive and created some damn type of internet war in which a whole grid, can you imagine everyone on this shit gets shut off? You ain't got no power. You can't use your cell phone, the satellite get cut off, no electricity. And this is a cyber war, and we're talking about possibly computers thinking on their own and attacking. Well, I'm just as well without. This is all new to Brother RA anyhow. Facebook. I can share my thoughts right when I'm thinking them as opposed to waiting till Wednesday at 1 o'clock. Damn, I have to take a note. No, I don't. I'll just go on Facebook Live right now. So, sharing these thoughts of a melanin-dominant black man in this new cyber world, my mutant of a child has created the internet. And what is that? The means of communicate?
I didn't mean to do that. What is that? OMG. I don't want to be there. Put me back on my page. Here, let's go up a little bit further into the show.
You can't use your cell phone. The satellite get cut. Either the universe in you, whether you're black or white, melanin dominant, melanin recessive, it don't matter. I just need that distinction to be made because there's too much division that's out here. You see them niggas, badass Philly niggas against the badass Boston niggas. That motherfucker clocked him. I hope that brother's alright. Damn. Cole clocked him. He wasn't even looking. And that other nigga just walked up. Yeah, I'm bad Philly motherfucker. There's too much division amongst us as a human race. Too much division amongst us as a people. Everyone on their iPhone, their iPad, I mean, I is important in understanding who you are. But in the Bible does say, know thyself. But know who you are as a divine energy in the cyber world. And know your power even over the mechanisms and the devices that you use. Understand the power of the universe that's within each and every one of you viewers, each and every one listening. Tap into your own divinity at a higher level of relaxation. Feel the energy. I may be saying it, you may be hearing it, and some of you are actually feeling it. Feeling the chi, the universal energy that unites you and me. We are one verse, the universe. Uni, one. I am the one. Verse, we are all that one verse. Bible, this chapter, that chapter, this, you're your verse, I'm my verse, but we are all in the one verse, the universe. 2018, what does the 8 stand for? What is that symbol 8? Circle over circle, representing infinity. Almost the shape of DNA when you look at it in a twist. Yeah, let's put me on pause there for a second and see if we can, how far into the show? That's 16:30, 16:40, something like that. All right, take note of that. Let's go back to this particular, back on Facebook. Oh, here, let me add this quote too. That was halfway down my page, but here. Tom Brady walks off field without shaking hands. Fierce competitor, hates losing. Cam Newton walks off field without shaking hands. Careless thug, doesn't get it. Mutation commentators. Oh, let's pump up this here. Let me even show that in full page so we can think about this. Today, Wednesday, April 18th, 6 p.m. We're going to have all these brothers. We're talking about Professor James Small, Professor Griff, Dr. Anthony Browder, Juwanza Kinjufu, and Jahar and Baba. Most of them I interviewed. The other ones I don't know how to pronounce their names because I didn't get the chance to interview them. So it's something to consider for April 18th this year. That's right, 2018. Register blackmensmovement.org. blackmensmovement.org, okay? And I'm trying to get to the DNA portion and show you how that could be previewed as the symbol 8. Oh, look at that. This make you feel uncomfortable? Why? Black history is United States history, and the struggle hasn't been pretty. This picture is only 75 years old. How many of your grandparents are 75? Don't fear the past, don't ignore it, learn about it. On the white side of the tree, he's pushing them up. The black side of the tree, he's pulling them down. Okay, that's me talking about those shows, but here, let's see if we can get in deeper. Oh, that was the name of the movie right there, isn't that there? Damn. Inside Job, that was the name of the movie that I did that particular video. More Facebook, RA. Don't have to wait till Wednesday to share my thoughts. I can go live right then and there. But we're still trying to get to the DNA. I wish my cursor would stop jerking me around and move. Oh, Emmett Till, here. Before we even get to the DNA, and we're talking about white supremacy in America, let me share this particular thought.
That nearly knocked me out. He called me and I came back to the funeral home. About 3 blocks away, an odor met me that nearly knocked me out. I said, what on earth in the world is that? It was Emmett's body. That's how the smell was so strong until it covered a 2 or 3 block area. My father was on one side of me, and Rayfield Moody was on the other side of me, and Jean was at my back. And I shrugged them. I said, turn me loose. I've got a job to do, and I don't have time to be fainting now. I saw his tongue had been choked out, and it was lying down on his chin. I saw that this eye was out, and it was lying about midway the cheek. I looked at this eye, and it was gone. I looked at the bridge of his nose, and it looked like someone had taken a meat chopper and chopped it. And I looked at his teeth, because I took so much pride in his teeth. His teeth were the prettiest things I'd ever seen in my life, I thought. And I only saw 2. Where are the rest of them? They'd just been knocked out. And I was looking at his ears. His ears were like mine. They curled. They're not attached, and they curled up. The same way mine are. And I didn't see the ear. Where's the ear? And that's when I discovered a hole about here, and I could see daylight on the other side. I said, now, was it necessary to shoot it? If that's a bullet hole, was that necessary? And I also discovered that they had taken an axe and they had gone straight down across his head, and the face and the back of the head were separate.
That's what he looked like. That's the image that she saw.
I looked at Mr. Rayner, and Mr. Rayner wanted to know, was I going to have the casket opened? I said, oh yes, we're going to open the casket. He said, well, Miss Bradley, do you want me to do something for the face? Want me to try to fix it up? I said, no, let the people see what I see. I said, I want the world to see this, because there's no way I could tell this story and give them the visual picture of what my son looked like.
Hey, I don't want all that. Here, let's close this out. Let's go back. Let's go back to Brother R.A. And that was Emmett Till. I'm still trying to get to the DNA where it looks like the 8. Soul by pound. Maybe we'll get to that. Oh, that was cute. Come on. Oh, that's a great. Oh, damn. These pictures keep changing. Why they keep going? Stay where I wish for you to stay. Okay, that's a good picture. Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali. I like that. And I'm running my mouth. Oh, that's another great picture. 26 of the 44 settlers who founded Los Angeles in 1781 were African Americans. The black population city was limited until the post-World War II population boom. Today, 11% of Los Angeles population is African American. Now, can we raise this page up some more and come on down a little bit further? Oh, that's cute. James, I'll say it again slowly. We are not accepting refugees. That's the red man telling the white man when he first arrives. Whether dark is night or light is day, black women are beautiful. They're still all three are melanin dominant and will give birth to a melanin dominant child. There we go. There's the DNA. Now, can you see that circle as it twists and turns? How do you share that kind of knowledge if you understand DNA already and just show that right there. So showing DNA, can you possibly see that as two circles? Circle, it's rotating, it goes down, and then it comes around, circle again. Okay, I guess you have to be very imaginative to see that, but the ancestors knew and understood DNA as far as I'm concerned. And, yeah, let's watch this one here. No, we're tired of watching, brother. All right, let's hear what these folks have to say.
An edition of the Encyclopedia Britannica, still in circulation when I was at school, described them as only an animal of prey, more ferocious than the leopard or the hyena. He devours his own species. So they were hunted and raped and massacred. And few doubted at the time that genocide was official policy. A government report in the 1850s spoke of the success of poisoning Aborigines, 100 of them laid out at a time. But until quite recently, little of this was even acknowledged. In Tasmania, the Aborigines were said to have died out. In fact, they were hunted along with kangaroos and almost wiped out. In New South Wales, by 1845, the tribe who had watched Captain Cook sail here into Botany Bay was reduced to 3 women and a man. In Victoria, an Aborigine called Old Mr. Burt recalled this story told by his...
Come on, damn it.
With only their heads above the ground.
Yeah, we'll watch it again, just because I'm frustrated.
Which was to justify not only the theft of their land, but their extermination. An edition of the Encyclopedia...
It won't expand for a brother.
Britannica, still in circulation when I was at school.
Can you do what I'm asking you to do for me, please?
Leopard or the hyena, he devours his own species. So they were hunted and raped. Genocide was official policy.
Thank you.
A government report in the 1850s...
Watch again, please.
The Aborigines were deemed to be subhuman, little more than animals, which was to justify not only the theft of their land, but their extermination. An edition of the Encyclopedia Britannica, still in circulation when I was at school, described them as only an animal of prey, more ferocious than the leopard or the hyena. He devours his own species. So they were hunted and raped and massacred. And few doubted at the time that genocide was official policy. A government report in the 1850s spoke of the success of poisoning Aborigines, 100 of them laid out at a time. But until quite recently, little of this was even acknowledged. In Tasmania, the Aborigines were said to have died out. In fact, they were hunted along with kangaroos and almost wiped out. In New South Wales, by 1845, the tribe who had watched Captain Cook sail here into Botany Bay was reduced to 3 women and a man. In Victoria, an Aborigine called old Mr. Burt recalled this story told by his mother.
They buried our babies with only their heads above the ground. All in a row they were. Then they had a test to see who could kick the babies' heads off the furthest. One man clobbered a baby's head off from horseback. They then spent most of the day raping the women. Most of them were then tortured to death by sticking sharp things like spears up their vaginas until they died. They tied the men's hands behind their backs, then cut off their penis and testicles, and watched them run around screaming until they died.
One of the most enduring myths about the Aborigines is that they did not fight back. In fact, a war of resistance lasted more than a century, some of it here on the banks of the Hawkesbury River, north of Sydney. During the 1930s, my father built a cottage here, on the beach at an Aboriginal place called Patonga. I think we knew that somebody had lived at Patonga at some time, but no one talked about it. In fact, an entire nation had lived here on and off for thousands of years. They were called the Durag, a unique Aboriginal people, tall and slender, whose country extended to a 40-mile radius north of Sydney, and the mighty Hawkesbury River was theirs. And when the British established the town of Windsor in the early 1800s, a great war began. This war was not recorded in the Imperial Chronicles of Australia. Growing up here, I knew nothing about it, and I suspect that's still true of the people in the smart beach houses here today. And yet the Durag inflicted on the British a casualty rate greater than that sustained by the Australian Armed Forces during all of World War II. And finally, after 22 years, outnumbered and without guns, they went down fighting to the last man, woman and child, a complete nation. Today, in a land of many cenotaphs and war memorials on which invariably is written, "Lest we forget," not one of them stands for those who fought and fell in their own country. By the 1920s, the British invasion had caused the deaths of at least 250,000 black Australians. Genocide on a massive scale. But this fact remained suppressed, except in the living memory of those who survived. Here in the Northern Territory, in the great isolated heartland of Australia, the killing of Aborigines continued well into the 20th century, and most of these also remained secret. However, in 1928, 150 miles from Alice Springs, a gang of police and cattlemen massacred at least 50 Aborigines, perhaps many more, and word got out. A public inquiry was held, and its findings were summarized in these 3 words: the shooting was justified. In giving evidence, Constable William Murray said, "We shot to kill. What use is a wounded blackfellow?"
And what is it?
I would like the cabinet members serving America, not the...
Shut up. Get off my TV show. How do I... Where's that damn button? Here, go back. Thank you. And...
The Aborigines were deemed to be subhuman,
No.
little more than animals.
Yeah, that's that. Let's go here to this particular shot as I look up something different for y'all to experience during brotherra.com. I have here on my phone some particular pictures that came up during watching I'm Not Your Negro, the James Baldwin story, and race mixing. I wish to show, stop saying that's not professional RA. Here we go. Let's show this particular image here. The variations here, how about that? Can we expand this particular picture? We're talking about the inbred mutant albinos, and Can I get this picture to show the hell up? Oh, y'all, see how the media controls nonsense? I'm like, I wish to show, oh, I have to sign in. Are they telling me I have to spend more money or something? Okay, here, let's just, view image, how about that? Oh, that's how big you're gonna show it? Ain't that some bullshit? But alright, fine, this is not my media world. I don't control the media. I'm just trying to expose people to a variation of consciousness, and all I typed in was race mixing. And yeah, you see all these little particular images up here, and there's another particular image I wish to get to in the last waning seconds. And let's see, assets, news daily. Let's see if I can type that in here. Y'all look at me as I type in this particular assets dot ny daily and news .com, and nope, it doesn't. It brings me to something that is obscure and irrelevant to my particular issue. The image I was trying to bring up is the picture of Malcolm X, but of course I didn't put in the appropriate day, so it doesn't have that particular image. How about if I alright, never mind. I won't waste time on that. I got 10 minutes left. Here, how about if I just go to conventional, walk up to the camera and show it to you this way. Can y'all see that? Assassination of black men. Am I a target for making reference to such things? Let's see, can I bring up the other shot too? It's just all of these particular images, our story as melanin dominant people, in what's the importance of the Super Bowls or the Super Bowl or that bullshit? It's a game. But is our life a game? Should we value something more than dead slaveholders? My major point overall is the media. Where do your thoughts come from? How do you gather knowledge and information? And if the media is being controlled by computers that are possibly thinking for themselves, and the media manipulation, I mean, look at this. Gods of Egypt, do they look, do you see any melanin dominance there? I'm just putting information out there. You know, think it's not illegal yet. And I think I got most of my points out there. Oh yeah, I did want to show I'm not even sure how to say this particular word. Let's see if I can get my internet, my cell phone to say it for me. The Coriolis, or dealing with neuroscience and so on and so forth. Locus, Coeruleus. Also spelled as blah 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 blah. But the point of the matter is the study and the science of the brain and the mind. And we're dealing in the mindset of a melanin recessive inbred mutant albino with that calcified pineal gland. And all this knowledge and information acquired, I mean, even the man in Australia talking about, Encyclopedia Britannica still describes Aborigines. I'm like, So every form of media, everything we hear, we see, everything that's written, can we go back a step prior to us inbreeding? Can we get back to the original Aborigine thinking of the red man, the black man, the melanin dominant man who was to provide and protect for the woman? Can we, and I saw on Facebook another clip like the Aborigine clip, and somebody made a joke. After all that happens to black folks, they're still willing to sing Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. How jacked in our brains are we? Oh, God will forgive him. I'm still gonna pray to God and wait till his white hand reaches down and saves my poor black melanin dominant sinning ass. Thank you, Jesus. The buck stops here, y'all. Wake the fuck up. Melanin dominant black people serving an energy outside of yourself. Think about who you are. The Bible says, know thyself. Now, do you know who you are? Are you willing to tap in to your divinity, to your infinity? Are you willing to go below the cores of your, what is that, your brain, that word? I don't speak this, I was forced to speak English, the King's English, so whatever you want to call it. But I'm talking about inside my skull, my brain, my mind, my thoughts, my divine energy, go within who I am. Here, let's go to this particular shot as we end. And see if you can determine, camera's up there, where's my best position to be in the camera? Now, can you tell me if my intent in my motion is hard or gentle? Am I relaxed or tense? Can you determine such? Okay, that's a little extreme. You knew that was hard, right? Okay, so reaching the higher level of relaxation within yourself. Bringing all the earth's energy, all the energy that's near, all the media, allow yourself to relax and absorb the environment and take it all in the last 45 seconds. Did that 3 times. Now you just stand and allow the earth's energy.